Hello and welcome to our channel. Come along with us as we take an 8-day cruise on Celebrity Equinox from Buenos Aires, Argentina to Sao Paulo, Brazil. Enjoy! So we decided to take an Uber, or taxi, which drops you off here, and then you have to stand in a line, and it's all the way down. But then you have those that are on the charter buses that are lined up, and it looks like they're getting in front of us, but I'm not quite sure. We do have the separation in line because this is where the buses pull in at. So, needless to say, get here super early so that you're not in line for hours like we will likely be. We are now boarding and we are going through security. We stood outside for quite some time until some of the passengers started arguing that we stayed out there way too long as they were letting all of the charter buses passengers board before us. Literally like 100 people went ahead of us as opposed to it being alternating like they said it would. So many people were upset. So we'll chat with you when we get through security. So security was quick, so no issues there. Now we're just doing the check-in. So at least they have 50 check-in lines. Now are all open? I don't know. But we'll see how quickly this goes through. Now we're headed to immigration. And weirdest thing, we had to drop our passport off. And we will get it back on the 19th. So, we are boarding the ship. We taking a picture? No photo. And down the steps. And we have to take a bus to the terminal. This is definitely a different experience than what we're used to. And this is the bus that we're on. Look at the ship. And now we have to walk up all these steps. It's crazy. And if someone can't walk up, then they go down the other end where there's a lift. Okay, we are on board. We are going to our ship safety, but this was the entrance coming in. Elevator. Welcome to Buenos Aires, all aboard. There's a bar when you first walk in, and we're going to take the steps one level up. Hello. Ooh, nice desserts, of course, as soon as you come on. Here's the art gallery. Art. Oh, beautiful artwork. And the art gallery. And here we are at our muster station. 2 seconds of muster. And here is the Equinox Theater. So this is where the shows and everything will be. And we're gonna go ahead to our stateroom. And we are going to our stateroom. We're in 1072. So while that was a very difficult boarding, let's see how it goes. So there are 2 doors per entrance, 1074, and here we are on 1072, and our lucky key card is right here. So let's get that open. Let's get that, and here we go. We did get the veranda stateroom.
Hello, you can come inside.
Hello. And they're still tidying up our room, so we're just gonna give it just a minute for him to finish.
You can drop your
No. Okay. We're just gonna do a tour, a room tour. And here we are in our room. TV, nice cozy bench. They're still cleaning up. Here we go. We'll be back. Thank you. The Quasar. Assume it's a nightclub. Nice bar area, seating area, dance floor. And oh, the DJ booth. Wow. What a night. And we have Fortune's Casino. Love the blue. And let's see. Okay, it's pretty spacious. Have your table games. Blackjack. Wall of games. Of course, our favorite game. We have Wheel of Fortune. And roulette. Game of choice for me. After a long process of waiting, we wanted to enjoy lunch in the main dining room instead of the buffet. Here's the Sky Observation Lounge. It's a pretty big area. I love it. The bar in the middle. The dance floor. And the band area. And, oh, pianist. And DJ booth. And here is the outside deck. It's the jogging track. Overlooking pool area. We're still in the city. There's downtown Buenos Aires. Your main pool area. The cabanas. Our next port is Punta del Este in Uruguay. This port actually has tender boats instead of pulling straight to the dock. It's roughly a 5 to 7 minute ride, I'd say. There are lots of tender boats. Some have 2 levels. The one that we were on actually just had the 1 level. Once we exited the tender boat, here's a dock that we walked to the shoreline. Just a quick, few minute walk. We were actually doing an excursion, so we were meeting with our group 41 and bus 41 so that we can do the excursion we signed up for. We're going into Museum Raleigh, part of our art culture tour. The Punta del Este Museum is one of 5 Raleigh museums that offer free admission. They highlight Latin America artwork and culture. Come inside with us as we tour this museum and check out the Latin America artwork and sculptures that you will see along the way. The museum has 3 levels. It also has a courtyard with multiple sculptures as well as a children's garden. Beautiful garden outside, statues of children playing. Here we're visiting Fundación Pablo Alighieri Museum. He is still a living Uruguayan artist. This museum features many of his work as well as work from international artists. Known as Uruguay's greatest living artist, Pablo is best known for his marble works. He currently lives between Italy and Uruguay. The land is so beautiful and it goes beyond and beyond, and all of the different sculptures that's present. But I'm headed to the museum now. I've definitely gotten in a lot of steps. And it's pretty hot out here and I forgot my sunscreen, so I am going to take cover in the museum and cool air. Certainly, if you love art, you will enjoy these museums that we are showing you today. Art enthusiasts or inspired artists. These are all beautiful works to help inspire you along the way. Our next stop is Montevideo, Uruguay, which is one of the largest cities as well as the capital of Uruguay. And it is known for its architectural, historical European architect, and it's considered one of the cities with the most Art Deco influence. We took a private tour along the city. We originally was going to do a hop-on, hop-off bus, but our taxi driver said that he would match our $25 per person. And so we had the opportunity to explore the city in our own custom way and really enjoy the history and of the city. This building was created as a residential palace and was located on the land that had formerly marked the outer limits of Montevideo's walled city. In 1999, it became a museum which displayed artifacts and mementos pertaining to Uruguayan presidency and its office holder. It sits across the street from Independence Square, which is one of the most important public squares in Montevideo. It is located in the city center and connects the Old Town with the New Town. The square is surrounded by many beautiful and historic buildings, among which is Salvo Palace, which was once the tallest skyscraper in South America. Independence Square can easily be reached by public transportation and is one of the city's landmarks. Independence Square is not only a window to understand Uruguayans' history, but it is also a good place to rest and experience local life.
They all down the same shape than before.
And we are in Bella and just got off of the tender boat. And it is pretty rocky and light rain today, so we don't know how long we will be out here, but we have our umbrella, our courtesy umbrella from the ship. So the line to go back to the ship. We decided we would walk around and explore the area just outside of the port and decide if we would take a private taxi or not. There are so many shops right outside of the dock area, lots of eateries, and there are a open market area. It looks like a lot of custom-made jewelry and other souvenirs that can be taken home as gifts. But here we're just walking through the shops or the outside market of them and going inside a few of them just to see what they have. Let's look at some of the trinkets in here. Oh, nice woodwork. Here's one of the vendors. I definitely love the work around his neck and his earrings. Again, there are several table vendors set up. We did purchase a couple of bracelets and a ring for ourselves. But again, we're just really exploring. I took a photo op. This is a mural outside one of the stores. And again, here are some covered stores area. Pretty much a lot of the same things you'll find from one store to the next, but definitely worth going inside and checking out the different prices, checking out the different colors, very colorful. Here in the historical center, we wanted to explore the blue and white church, or the Our Lady of Help. It is an 18th century colonial structure. It's known for its blue exterior with detailed interior paintings and marble flooring. It contains an old cedar altar. So just very beautiful. You do have to go up these steps before you enter, but there is a ramp on the side that not many people can see or know about. But as I jogged up the steps to take a view and then a view of the port, I wanted to go inside and check out the beautiful structure and the paintings and the marble flooring. After our walk around the city, we decided to take a private car as we wanted to see some of those amazing beaches and waterfalls that Isabella is known for. And along the way, we saw these structures by a local artist. We have Jesus carrying a cross and some other structures here. And just along the way, we came to this waterfall. We was able to get out, take some pictures of murals on the building, photo ops, but just to hear the beautiful drop of water from the waterfall. Here you see just an amazing view. We only saw the one waterfall, but definitely would have liked to spend some more time stumbling upon more. But just now drive back along from the waterfall to the coastal and beaches along the way, and just look at the landscape. And this is just a view in the back of the Jeep that we were in. Here we made a stop at one of the local beaches to check it out. So we're just walking to see the view, to see what it looks like. We did stumble upon a restaurant, and so we decided, of course, we weren't going to go on the beach. We didn't wear a bathing suit or anything. And it had just rained just slightly. So it was just really about going to the ocean, listening to the water, and perhaps having lunch, which we did decide to do. But not very crowded, but there are a number of people that are out there enjoying the water and enjoying just, you know, the scenery and enjoying the beach. So here is Restaurant Loro, and we decided to have lunch or some snacks, but definitely drinks. Anytime you turn the page, it was pretty warm, so those beers look really nice and refreshing. We ordered some margaritas. We also had some calamari, some fried shrimp. So just had a little light lunch before we were going back to the ship, and sat and enjoyed again the view out there, enjoy some small talk. We wanted to make our way back to the port, so we stopped to take some photos here, and again just enjoy the view. Here's our driver taking a picture of us on the back of the Jeep. It started raining, but we didn't get wet. But all in all, it was a great port, and we really enjoyed the stop. We visited one last art gallery before we headed back to the ship for today and to get ready for dinner. It started raining, so we are headed back to the ship. Have to be back on by 5:30. Thank you so much. Thank you. We are eating at a specialty restaurant tonight. We are going to Tuscan Grill, and come join us. Entryway. Absolutely love it. The ship has so many hidden places. There goes the blue. And here we are at Tuscan Grill. Wall of wines. Absolutely gorgeous.
Don't ask me what that is down there.
It's the fig jam.
We're excited. We are waking up in Rio de Janeiro. We're actually going to be here for 2 days. We won't leave until tomorrow around 6 o'clock. But today we have an exciting plan for an Afro-Brazilian tour. We will be touring the area of Little Africa, which is around the port. We just got off the ship in Brazil, and we are now going through the exit to get out. Saluda. And we're inside of the port. There's shops here. Clothing shops, souvenirs. One of the things that we typically do is price near the port and then when we get into the city, because some of the items are a little pricey, and we'll go ahead and wait until we get out. It's a pretty big terminal, so lots of things to see and food, ATM machines if you need cash, duty-free items. Some more shops just outside. So definitely will be asked multiple times to either take a taxi or a tour of some sort. So just be mindful and patient of that. A simple no, or you already have something scheduled, will suffice. Here's the museum. We arrived to begin our Afro-Brazilian tour and to meet with our guide Kelly, who will be showing us around the museum and giving us the history of Little Africa.
And in this map of the African continent, you see some of the main ports of departure from African people who were kidnapped everywhere to be taken in the diaspora to the Americas. So here are the names of some countries and some of the ports in the cities. So the port of Boré in Senegal, Cachol in Guinea, Elmina in Ghana, Ajudá in Benin, Eko in Lagos, Nigeria, Calabar, Nigeria, Loango. Who's gonna dance the samba with me?
Show
Who's gonna dance the
us.
samba with me? I think this is a good place to dance the samba because this lady here, Mercedes Batista, Chile.
I'm looking at my surroundings. I saw what a day. It started raining, so we're still on our tour, but the rain is definitely starting.
Also popularly known in the past as the walk that raised your boat.
I bet.
Many workers were here building up these steps to the Morro da Conceição. Obelisk, the palm trees there, is where the actual water and the sea water would come.
And we are at the visitor center for Christ the Redeemer. There was a 3-hour line wait, so we paid to advance. Was it worth it? As far as the money we paid to get ahead of a 3-hour line, we still waited 30 to 45 minutes, but it's better than 3 hours. But we just got off the van, and it's quite some steps to get up here. The views are beautiful. But I hope you're physically fit. Now, and I do know they have an elevator and escalator. So there are alternative ways to the top. Christ the Redeemer. Here it is. Made it to the top. A little more steps though. As you arrive, as you can see, you can only see the back. So there are some more steps, but I did find the escalator. And so I will be taking the escalator the rest of the way up. The rest of my group, they're still struggling to take the steps, so I will catch up with them shortly. But just as we're going up, you can see just the view of the entire city from where we are. So I'm just kind of going back and forth to my right and to my left to look over the cliff. There are the steps that you can see, but again, I'm on the escalator. Once you get to the top, there are so many people up there, so just be prepared to be walking sort of like shoulder to shoulder. Definitely you do not have a personal space. There are people that are lying down on the ground taking a photo upwards of Christ the Redeemer. There are people that are very creative, whether it's a selfie stick, they're taking group photos. So hundreds and hundreds of people up there and all trying to get the perfect shot. So definitely be patient. There are people that are praying up at the top. You know, just different things. So for everyone, this is, you know, their moment, whether it be a sacred moment, a special moment, a cross off the bucket list moment. So just be, you know, again, just be mindful that everyone wants to see it. It is one of the 7 wonders of the world. And so on any given day, I believe we got there around noon. It was still pretty crowded. I know many people try to get up as early as possible to avoid some of the crowd. I don't know that that's possible. But again, here are just some of the views. Once we are at the top, we were able to take a couple of pictures. We actually got some pretty good shot, despite it being pretty crowded up there. You know, it is pretty tall, so it's hard to get someone else visually in your picture. But yeah, definitely it was a moment for us. I'm glad that we had the opportunity to go. After we finished from the top, we made our way back down. And as you can see, this line and multiple lines here kind of zigzagging. Everyone is waiting for a van that will take them back down to the starting point where they're either catching their taxi, private driver. But it was definitely a long wait. The line was pretty long. So long, Rio. We have arrived at our final destination of our 8-day cruise in Sao Paulo, Brazil. However, we are in the port of Santos, which is roughly an hour to an hour and a half away from the Sao Paulo airport. So we've taken an excursion through this cruise line, which will transport us from the port to Sao Paulo airport. After we disembarked from the ship, we did have to take a short bus ride to the terminal to retrieve our luggage. However, once we got our luggage, we had no idea where we needed to go. Although we approached one of the celebrity excursion representative, he too was pretty lost, and it seemed to be a little unorganized, not quite chaotic, but just enough to be stressful, as we didn't want to miss our 10 o'clock departure, an hour and a half long ride to Sao Paulo airport. But we finally got on the bus, secured our seat, and we are on our journey to the airport. So enjoy the landscape, the mountains. Once we approach some of the cities of Santos, you will see different landscapes from the high-rise building to the stack homes and many economic levels in between. And just like that, we made it home. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.